hapa leo na tunashukuru sana. Kwa ufupi, Your Excellency, sisi tunakusupport 100% na broad based government tuko hapo na Nairobi tuko nyuma yako na tutaendelea kukusupport. Sisi Nairobi hatuna ukabila, ukabila yetu ni Kenya na ni Kenya na ni Kenya. Kwa maendeleo, kwa siasa tuko na wewe na tutakusupport. Uko na waziri wetu Joho, uko na Wandai, sisi kama ODM tunakusupport na tutakuwa hapo 2027 nyuma yako. Mungu akubariki.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto, let me ride with all protocols observed. Our Governor, Wanakanairo, tusalamiane kwa hewa, Bwana asifiwe. Your Excellency, we want to thank you and to really thank you as Nairobians. You have given us a jump start. You started with the classrooms. We want to assure you we are building the classrooms and to assure you that Year 9 is on course and we are doing so well, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, we also want to thank you now for this, and it's a project we are going to pick as members of parliament to ensure our schools, because in Nairobi hatuna kuni, unless kanjui kubali na gavana hawezi kwamba tuwe na kuni. But tuliambiwa kuni imeenda, sasa tuko na gas. Your Excellency, we want to say thank you and to wish you well as Nairobi. A Merry Christmas with Mama Rachel Ruto, to wish Kenyans and Nairobians, and lastly, a prosperous new year. Tunajua hiyo mwaka 2025, Mungu akitujalia, it's a year you will achieve what God has given to Kenya. Thank you and God bless you.
Asante sana, Mheshimiwa. Your Excellency, very quickly, allow me just to go over a few things. Number one, today we had a meeting with the Council of Governors, the summit. And some of the functions that you said need to be unbundled. One area that has not been explored, Your Excellency, if you look at the paragraph 8E of the 5th schedule of the Constitution, is that county governments are actually entrusted with regulation within the energy sector of electricity, gas reticulation, and that mandate has never been operationalized. We need to find a way which the county works closer with the national government and the Ministry of Energy. Your Excellency, I'm very happy we have a good minister, Bwana Wandai, whom we talk to. We discuss things. He has shown us willingness to listen. Also our PS, my good friend. I hope that we can actually now deliver to Nairobians. 3 years ago, Your Excellency, while you are doing last mile connectivity across the country, in Nairobi it was being reversed. And in many places, electricity was removed. Transformers ilitolewa. If you go to Mathare constituency, an entire ward, hospital ward, it was removed. They have no electricity. If you go to Choka, if you go to some areas in, around Komarok, if you go to Kayole also, and Your Excellency, we've been trying to find a way through which, because of illegal connections, a lot of the fires in our informal settlements are caused by these illegal connections and spaghetti connections. But the solution is not to deny them wananchi electricity. It is to work with these people as distributors. I hope that next year we can return electricity in the capital city. In 2025, people cannot have, Awana Steamer, Nairobi, Your Excellency. But I know there's something going on. Maybe the PS or the Waziri will mention it with the REREC. Please just pump in something for the people of Nairobi, Your Excellency. The second area that we need to work on, Your Excellency, is the issue of street lighting. The county government is doing a lot. We're really increasing the number of lights in the city. We need a special tariff for the city, because if you look at the street lighting tariff, it involves some variables like rural electrification. Yet we're providing street lights in the city, which is a national security agenda. If Kenya Power was to switch us off, or if I don't pay the bill, crime will go up. And that is security. Let us work together and see how we can, lower that. But please help us with the police vandalism. Tunaeka stima, tunaeka hizo street lights, watu wanaiba cables, wanaiba hizo lamps. A few weeks ago in Outer Ring Road, people were even stabbed from Kura. They were stabbed by these thugs. It should be that touching public infrastructure like street lights is a criminal offense. It should be worse than murder. You know, Your Excellency, tunatumia pesa ya wananchi ambao they work hard for. We put those resources into things like street lights, into bins, alafu watu wanakuja wanaiba, Your Excellency. Tafadhali hapo, utusaidie. Utusaidie hapo, tafadhali. We'll do more surveillance with the police, but we really need to light up our city. This must be a 21st century capital. Your Excellency, yesterday I sent you a message when I was in Addis. I don't know if you saw it, and I sent you some photos. If you look at the kind of lights they have done, we are going to do them in Nairobi. Lakini nione mtu akijaribu kugusa. Tutaanguka nao, Your Excellency. Hao tunaanguka nao mbaya. Hatuwezi kubali. The other thing, Your Excellency, we have developed our county energy plan and policy. We're engaging with stakeholders. I want to thank you for Bwana Kipto of EPRA. There's a lot of work we're doing together to look at even the issue of this gas that is being filled, across the county. We did an audit of these LPG retailers. They're licensed by EPRA, but they operate within our communities. And we said that you cannot be 200 meters away from a residential place. We saw what happened in Embakasi, and we lost the lives of so many people. So let us continue that work together. Let's sensitize the public and do a public campaign around that to make sure that anybody operating that business has a proper license and is in the right place. We've established collaboration, as I've said, with the ministry, with GIZ, with EPRA, with C40 cities. We are now solarizing our markets, Your Excellency, starting with City Park Market, to make sure that we can get them, with clean energy, Your Excellency. You're doing a great thing for our children by making sure there's gas in our schools. Your Excellency, in Nairobi, we have a school feeding program called Dish in a County. In Dish in a County, Your Excellency, hao watu wa Nairobi watakwambia imeokolea sana. Si ndio akina mama? Your Excellency, when schools were closed, parents in Nairobi were complaining. Walisema sasa watafanya nini na watoto miezi mbili? Kwa sababu wanapata chakula na shilingi 5 peke yake. Your Excellency, we implemented the gas infrastructure for all those kitchens in less than 10 weeks. In around 20 kitchens across the county. 17 of ours that we did, and then our partners have 1 giga kitchen. The gas infrastructure is there. Ukitupunguzia bei kidogo, because for them to buy food at shilingi 5, every variable for me is very difficult to touch. That's why I'm still using briquettes, which is green, because it is from recycled waste from our markets. We're using those briquettes, and every day we're feeding 310,000 children each and every single day in Nairobi. Your Excellency, if you support us with the gas, we'll be able to spread out to more children across the city, so that they can be able to go to school. Your Excellency, finally, we are working with you on our waste to energy project in Nairobi County. All the waste that we collect, around 3,000 tons a day, is now going to be converted in Dandora into electricity. Your Excellency, the only one part that is left can be sorted out here. Between Kipto, Waziri Wandai, and yourself. The power purchase agreement of how much, because once we sign like this, Your Excellency, I'm getting another 200 trucks to clean this city. We really need that, so that we can even get more of our youth into Green Army in Nairobi County, watusaidie kusafisha mji wetu. So please, if you can conclude for us this year, that will be a great Christmas gift for the people of Nairobi, so that we can start doing the waste to energy project in Dandora and to convert the existing dam site into a park. It can be done in less than 2 years. Governor Joe will tell you he did it in Mombasa in terms of rehabilitation of the dam site. Sisi Nairobi lazima tutaisafisha. Ya mwisho nikimalizia, watu wa Nairobi tunawadhamini, tunawapenda, tunawalombo tov. Watu wa Jamu tunawalombo tov. Your Excellency, huku ni kama ushago kwangu. Me and Shege grew up in this area. We used to come here for swimming. Kwa hii shule ilikuanga 10 bob hizo siku. I wish you well as Jamhuri High School. If you need any support. Yes. And Your Excellency, actually on Jamhuri Day, you awarded one of their famous old boys, Pastor Ambrose of Parklands Baptist, was in this Jamhuri High School. And when he used to be in this school, he used to visit us at home. We are just next door over here. So, mwalimu mkuu, chochote unahitaji kwa county government, karibu City Hall. Tuongee Najua mlikuwa na shida kidogo ya barabara, nafikiri tulisort kiasi. Na mavijana wa Jamu, Januari nitakuja niwatembelee. Tuchapiane, tukubaliane ile kitu tutafanya na nyinyi. We can do something. Your Excellency, at that stage, allow me to invite my elder brother, Waziri Opio Wandai wa Energy, ambaye atatutambulisha mawaziri wengine.
Okay, thank you very much. Your Excellency, the President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, my colleague, Cabinet Secretaries, the Governor of the County of Nairobi, the Principal Secretaries, members of the County Assembly of Nairobi, na wananchi hamjambo. Kanairo oye! Kanairo oye! Mengi ya neno tayari na Mheshimiwa Governor pamoja na Mheshimiwa Aladwa na mwenzake Beatrice Elachi. Wacha nichukue fursa hii pia kutambua Senator wa Garissa. Alikuwa hapa? Okay, fine. Wacha nichukue fursa hii kuwakaribisha katika hii hafla. Your Excellency, this is your day. This is your day, Your Excellency. As the Ministry of Energy and Petroleum, we have got a singular duty to assist in the realization of your vision. A vision, Your Excellency, that as a ministry we fully support, Your Excellency. And today we are here for the purpose of, Your Excellency, you commissioning this LPG gas project for Jamhuri High School. And in addition, the launch of LPG project in public learning institutions. It's a program, Your Excellency, that is part of your wider strategy, your wider LPG growth strategy that you graciously endorsed in your cabinet last year, Your Excellency. So as a ministry, we don't have much to say really, but to commit to continue supporting you in the realization of your vision for this country. Your Excellency, I can't fail to recognize the Nairobi County under the leadership of Governor Johnson Sakaja. That Nairobi County is one of the few counties that have been able to develop what we call the county energy plan and policy that is guiding them in this very vital sector. Your Excellency, if you allow me very briefly to introduce more formally my colleagues, the Minister, Cabinet Secretary for Education, Honorable Julius Migos Ogamba. If you may just rise up for the public to see you. And last but not least, the Cabinet Secretary for Mining and Blue Economy, the Honorable Ali Hassan Joho. Your Excellency, finally, as I conclude, I want to assure you that as a ministry, we continue to work with members of parliament. Your Excellency, these members of parliament, particularly those in Nairobi County, are people that I've worked with very, very closely. As a matter of fact, they were my people a little while ago in parliament. And when Aladwa speaks, I am more than convinced that he means what he's saying. And the assurance he's giving you, Your Excellency, is an assurance that is coming not only from his heart, but from the heart of very many other colleagues of his who subscribe to his political formation. Thank you, Your Excellency, for giving us this opportunity to serve you. With those very many remarks, Your Excellency, allow me to invite you. Let us be upstanding as we welcome His Excellency, President William Samoei Ruto, to talk to us. Karibu sana, Mheshimiwa Rais.
Asante sana. Asanteni sana. Tafadhali tunaweza keti chini. Thank you very much. Waheshimiwa mawaziri, wabunge, makatibu, MCS wetu, watu wa Kanairo, hamjambo. Nairobi, hamjambo. Assalamu alaikum. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Leo asanteni sana, asanteni sana. Asanteni sana. Leo tumefika hapa katika shule hii hapa mjini Nairobi, shule ya Jamhuri, katika sherehe muhimu kwa sababu ya matatizo ya climate change. Mazingira yetu yamebadilika. Kwa sababu hiyo tumekuwa na kiangazi ikifuatiwa na mafuriko, na hapo tumepoteza maisha ya wananchi. Tumepata matatizo mengi ya kiangazi, tumepata matatizo ya mafuriko, tumepoteza maisha, mali imepotea, na hata mwaka uliopita tulipoteza mifugo yetu karibu 2.5 milioni ambazo zilipotea. Na leo tunakuja hapa kama njia moja ya kukabiliana na mambo ya climate change, kuanza kutumia gas badala ya kukata miti, tutumie kuni ama tutumie makaa. Na leo hapa tunaanzisha mradi wa serikali ambayo itahakikisha ya kwamba mashule yetu 11,000 katika taifa letu la Kenya itaunganishwa na gas. Tuache mambo ya kutumia makaa na tuache mambo ya kutumia kuni. Hii ni mpango ya muhimu sana kwa sababu itapunguza mambo ya kuharibu mazingira Kenya. Itapunguza mambo ya kukata miti katika taifa letu la Kenya. Ili ile mpango tuko nayo ya kupanda miti bilioni 15 iweze kufaulu. Hatuwezi kuwa na mpango ya kupanda miti ili hali kunaendelea kukatwa miti ya kutumika nyumbani ama shuleni kwa matumizi ya kupika chakula. Ndio sababu hiyo leo hapa tunaanzisha hiyo mpango. Tayari tulipitisha hii strategy katika baraza la mawaziri. Sasa iko katikati ya mikono ya wizara yetu ya kawi. Na mimi niko na imani ya kwamba waziri James Opiyo Wandayi na timu yake katika wizara ya kawi watatekeleza hii mpango kuhakikisha ya kwamba tunafikisha gesi katika kila shule katika taifa letu la Kenya. Na mimi ningetaka kusema hivi ya kwamba mradi huu utaendeshwa sehemu kubwa na makampuni ya private sector. I am inviting the private sector to work with us on this very important project of delivering clean energy to all our schools. This is a project that we are not going to spend so much government money. This project is going to be financed by the private sector. As we buy cars from them, they will be required to install all the LPG tanks in our schools and in our other facilities. And therefore, I am asking the ministry to facilitate a process where the private sector can play their part in making sure that we roll out this program in the shortest time possible. And in any case, not more than the next 1 year. Therefore, Minister and your team, the children of Kenya, in our 11,000 boarding schools around Kenya, TVETs, and other institutions, now know that in the next 1 year, they will have gas delivered to their schools, and we will save on the destruction of our environment. We will reduce on the cutting down of trees, and also we will improve on the health of those who are busy in our kitchens, in our schools, that they will not be inhaling carbon dioxide, they will not be suffering the vagaries of disease, and they will also be they will be more healthier, and they can deliver on their responsibility to provide food for our children and for all learners in our institution without going through the difficulties of using charcoal or using firewood. So this program gives us a win-win outcome. We will save on cutting on trees, we will have clean energy, and we will save on matters of health. Let me also say the following, that in this project as well, we will benefit from an accountable mechanism that is going to allow us to unlock the resources that will come from carbon trading, because now we can monitor that we have transitioned all the schools from using biomass, from using charcoal, from using firewood, into using cleaner forms of energy, and that is gas. Let me also say the following, that going now into the future, we will transition the purchase of gas in Kenya to an open tender mechanism. We will now have an OTS that is going to support the purchase of gas competitively so that we can get competitive prices and we can leverage on the scale that we have as a country. Our plan being, and the plan of this strategy being, to enhance the consumption of gas from 6.5 kilograms to 15 kilograms per person per year, and also to enhance the penetration of the use of gas from the current 24% to 70% by the end of the execution of this strategy. So let me also say the following, that to support these efforts, the government is also partnering with the private sector to establish a common user import facility at the Kenya Petroleum Refineries Limited by streamlining the importation process and adopting an open market tendering system. LPG demand has already increased this year. These achievements reflect the efficiency of unified implementation approach, enhancing collaboration across ministries, departments, and agencies to drive impactful initiatives. So it is my take that we are making the first step in a very interesting journey into the future of clean cooking, of making sure that we reduce on climate damage, and making sure that we respond better in matters climate action. Let me also say that as we implement our affordable housing plan, we have made it now mandatory that all affordable housing projects must have in it an LPG ecosystem that makes sure that the partnership between the Ministry of Housing and the Ministry of Energy facilitates the use of LPG as a minimum going into the future. We have also zero-rated taxes on LPG and is actively improving storage infrastructure nationwide. Addressing scale, sustainability, and affordability is critical, and we have adopted robust policies, regulations, and standards to ensure the sector's growth while safeguarding health and safety. A thriving LPG sector promises significant economic benefits, including increased investment and job creation. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I am really proud that together we are launching this here in Nairobi. Na niwaambie watu wa hapa Nairobi ya kwamba tayari tumekubaliana na county government ya Nairobi kwa mambo ya infrastructure ya barabara ya mji huu. Wednesday tunafanya mkutano kati ya wizara ya mambo ya barabara na county government ya Nairobi, ndio tumalizie zile barabara ambazo tunaona ni za muhimu, hasa katika sehemu ambazo za Eastlands na hapa mjini, ndio tuunganishe Nairobi hii Nairobi ikae kama city. Hii Nairobi ikae kama city. Vile vile mimi nataka niwaeleze vijana wa Nairobi, katika ile mpango yetu ya Climate Works tuko na vijana tayari 20,000 katika hiyo mpango. Nia yetu ni kwamba kabla ya mwisho wa mwaka ujao tutakuwa tumefikisha vijana 50,000 hapa Nairobi ambao watakuwa katika hiyo mpango ya Climate Works. Vijana waweze kupata ajira, kila mmoja aweze kuchangia katika kubadilisha Nairobi. Na tumesema ya kwamba jiji la Nairobi, kwa sababu ni jiji ambayo iko na headquarters ya mambo ya environment katika dunia mzima, tuko na UNEP headquarters hapa Nairobi. Haiwezi kuwa ya kwamba Nairobi ikiwa headquarters ya environment duniani kote tuwe na city yenye iko na uchafu. Kwa hivyo tunakubaliana hii Nairobi, governor lazima akaze kamba, asafishe, na sisi tutamsaidia na tutasaidiana pamoja. Tukitoka hapa, ile mkutano governor ameuliza ya kukamilisha mambo ya PPA, tutafanya hiyo mkutano hapa kabla asijatoka. Tumalizane na wewe, alafu kwa sababu wale wahusika wote wako hapa. Waziri yuko hapa, PS yuko hapa, yule mtu wa EPRA yuko hapa. Sasa hakuna mtu anatafutwa na mimi niko area. So tunafanya hiyo mkutano hapa saa hizi. Pengine wewe ukose watu wako wa kufanya hiyo mkutano. Wako area? Basi sawa. Tunamaliza hiyo mkutano hapa. Wewe mwalimu mkuu Bwana Juma, si utatusaidia tenda hapo tufanyie hiyo mkutano tumalize hiyo maneno hapa? Very good. Vile vile ningependa kusema ya kwamba hata wakati tunasafisha Nairobi River, vile vile mambo yetu ya affordable housing lazima isonge mbele. Tuhakikishe ya kwamba watu wa jiji hii wanaishi katika mazingira masafi. Watu wawe na nyumba yenye iko na heshima, mahali kuna choo, kuna maji, kuna stima na kuna usafi. Ndio Kenya iweze kusonga mbele. Mwisho kabisa, mimi ningependa kusema ya kwamba kazi hiyo yote ambayo tunafanya kwa pamoja. Na mimi nataka nishukuru viongozi wa mji wa Nairobi na viongozi wengine wote wa Kenya. Tumekubaliana ya kwamba Kenya sasa tutaungana pamoja. Hakuna haja tena ya migawanyiko. Hakuna haja tena ya chuki. Sisi wote ni ndugu moja wa taifa moja, tuungane tupeleke taifa letu la Kenya mbele. Kanairo tunakubaliana? Watu wa Nairobi tunakubaliana? Kwa sababu niko katika shule yetu na huyu Bwana Chuma na mama chair wameturuhusu tufanye mkutano huu hapa. Nimeona pale ya kwamba wanajenga dormitory ambayo imekwama kidogo hapa shuleni. Kwa hivyo nataka niwaambie vijana wa hapa Jamhuri. Vijana wa hapa Jamhuri wako? Haya. Nataka hawa vijana wajue ya kwamba hiyo dormitory yao, sasa nitatoa amri tutamaliza hiyo dormitory yenu. Na mimi mwenyewe nitachangia. Nitaambia wizara watoe pesa kiasi na nitamobilize private sector pia watusaidie ili tuweze kukamilisha hiyo jengo. na mimi nataka mwalimu mkuu aanze kujipanga. Mimi nitatuma contractor hapa Monday aanze kufanya hiyo kazi. Sawa? Sawa mwalimu? So that if possible, we should do at least one floor before we open in January. Let us try and see whether we can do at least one floor. Ndio hawa vijana waweze kupata mahali pazuri pa kusoma na tuweze kusukuma mambo yetu ya maendeleo mbele. Nimepata habari kwamba mpango yetu ya grade 9 iko katika mwendo wa kasi, na kufikia January, I want to assure parents that next year, as we roll out our program for grade 9, as we actualize the CBC program, I want to congratulate our development partners working with the Ministry of Education. We now have 11,000 classrooms ready for next year. I want to congratulate members of parliament for their contribution in making sure that we have additional classrooms to make sure that we transition all our learners to the next grade and finally actualize our plan on making sure that we have a fit-for-purpose education system that responds to the needs of our generation and the needs of our times. An education system that is accessible, that is affordable, and one that responds to the urgent needs of the moment. Therefore, asanteni sana. Nimefurahi sana kuwa hapa. Wewe Bwana Juma, tunaanzana na wewe Jumatatu. Sawa sawa? Tuko pamoja. Kwa hivyo nataka niseme asante sana watu wa Nairobi na watu wa Kenya. Mimi nawatakia Krismasi njema na mwaka mpya wenye mafanikio makubwa sana. Thank you very much and God bless you.
Thank you. Tumpigie Rais makofi tafadhali. Your Excellency, before exiting the stage, kindly to officially
Liquefied Petroleum Gas for this institution, which we have completed. Second, also, we are also launching the national LPG program for the entire country. This one. Okay. So we had an online survey which we did last year, based on the cabinet approval and the ordership. Then from that survey of 28 March up to 5th April of 2024, we managed to get 7,000 responses from public schools. And what we actually got to know from that survey is that almost 98% of our public schools are using biomass, firewood, charcoal, and also briquettes. So based on that, we know that firewood and charcoal are the most dominant cooking fuels for our public sector. But when you actually implement this program, then it will have, some cooking efficiency for this LPG. It has a cleaner kitchens. It has also healthier cooking stuff and also reduce cost and kitchen, hygiene. And in October 2023, that's the cabinet approval, and then the aim was to increase LPG consumption from 7 kg to 15 kg per capita per year, and also to enhance the penetrations of this LPG from 24% to 70% by 2028. And this one is, of course, with your legacy and directives for the nations. So this one was now to initiate LPG program for public institution of learning. And the Ministry of Energy, Petroleum is actually installing the LPG infrastructure in institutions of public learning at Jamhuri today to launch as the first one. Then we have piloted 20 schools across the country just to see the feel of this school, how they perform.
Like now you have Kenya Coast, we have Machakos, we have a team, from they're about 20. The completion rate is almost about 90-95%, which after this launch next year, we'll be able, to launch it countrywide for these schools. But the plan is...
The pilot on all these schools, is it in this stage or?
It's almost in this stage, by almost 95.
When will they be, when the schools report in January, they will use them?
No, we'll be able, to launch them at that time.
Will they be in use?
They'll, not really now, but maybe in January.
In January, will they be in use?
For this facility. 19 schools, yes.
Will they be used?
Not been used, but will be launched because the project is at 95. The project is at 95, 98%. Now.
In January?
In January, February, we'll be able to put them into use, Your Excellency.
Why 95%? It should take weeks.
We shall speed up. We shall speed up. We shall attempt, Your Excellency, speed up.
The schools open,
Yes.
then all these 20,
Yes.
they should be ready.
Thank you. We should be able to speed our activities on that. So for this school, the 20, if we'll be able, to accomplish all, we'll be impacting about 30,000 learners using, LPG, which are freed, from charcoal and also, from the firewood. So what now we are putting on is 12 BG tanks for these schools. And then we have got about 4 by 50 kg backup cylinders in case, the ones are ready, for refilling. Then we have also done, the piping and accessories to the kitchen. We have also secured, the cage in this line by putting, the detectors, so that in case if there's fire, then they can be automatically switch it off, so that, the children will be safe from an explosion. Then train and station we have already done for the staff. For this school, we've already done the staff, and we'll be also doing more in terms of capacity building to make sure that safety and security is actually paramount. Then we have got also fire safety equipment installed at this particular storage and also at the kitchen. And then also we are providing seed gas. So which means in the next financial year again, we'll be able to do another 30 or 40 until to impact about 50,000 by 2028. So this is a program which I have started slowly with the extra chance.
Financial year 24, 25.
Yes.
You want to do?
About 30 or 40. Yeah, additional 30 to 40 because our resources is scarce and we are just only, doing from the small cost that, we have. But if we get appeal, from more, partners to come in, then we'll be able, yeah. So our target is now we are able to reach, 5,000 institutions by the year 2028 based on the resources or the help, from partners.
When you say institutions, you mean what? Schools?
Public schools, learning institutions.
They're both schools and colleges.
Colleges.
But how many boarding schools do you have?
According to our statistics, I think it's about close to almost about 9,000 or even 7,000, something there, yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's about 9,000.
Yeah, I mean 9,000.
Colleges and all of
Yes,
10,000.
exactly, yeah. So this one is for the school, but it's a long-term plan. Also, we are not ending at the school. We have, the public hospital, we are using the same firewood. We have, prisons, we have national police, we have NYS. If resource, will allow us, then we'll be able to scale up these services, to entire country. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for that brief.
Mlo hapa.
Sasa tunatengenezea hapa. Tulikuwa tunatumia kuni. Na kuni tunashika sana. Leo sasa tunashika sasa.
Na mtu anakupigia.
Watu wanakuwa wagonjwa. Watu wanakuwa wagonjwa kila wakati. Haya mambo ya deforestation. Sasa hii tunaona
So ina moshi inaingia kwa macho.
kwa macho anakuwa
Kuvua.
unakuta watu wanafanya
Miti inakatwa.
miti inakatwa. Hii sasa hivi tunapata gas. Tutakuwa sawa.
Chukua simu, kuna mtu anakusumbua. Ndio ngoja kidogo.
Anamwona live.
Mambo ya usafi. Sasa itakuwa sawa. Kwa ukivaa nguo
Baada ya muda kidogo inakuwa chafu.
inakuwa chafu. Lakini sasa hivi ile
Sababu ya makaa nini.
hizo rahisi.
Sasa umeanza kutumia hii?
Hatujaanza sasa hivi.
Sasa ndio unataka kuanza kuonyesha. Na hiyo ni the same.
Ni same. Hii tunapika kideri. Alafu hiyo ni ya mtoto. Tunapika nyama.
And if there's any molecule in whatever we are working on. So this is a switch off automatically. So that you do not catch the service security.
Haya, Zika start tuone.
Na main switch hiyo. Kwanza lazima kwanza angalie iko sawa. Sasa
Unampata kwa nini? Huyo jamaa.
na watu. Hapo nitaka kuongeza. Naongeza.
Kideri na sola pesa.
Sasa inaonekana itatoa
Ile ilikuwa
naweka kideti.
kuna pina unga na hiyo. Hapo ndani. Yes.
So we continue for training. So part of this project is equal to invested. And then that is the teacher. So that we will have a military of this.
Wapi Juma? What are you trying to do here?
We were trying to do a dome. You have the drawing. Yes. It is supposed to be how many floors? 3 floors. The floor is 5 12 students here. Then they have a component of those who want to stand up. Yeah. Up to where we are doing that, so we are chimney in front of the entrance. We are working more because of the space of the it is the only dome. That's the only so we are spread because of the population inside. We are forced now to have more exposure. So we are limited to how many we can accommodate inside the dome. And it's okay. Otherwise, what is remaining is considered at 120 million. What is more? 120 million. No, it's big. You know, when you are from outside here, you might look at it. It has 4 wings.
Then the other side, on the far end. And then a study room. This one is a study room behind there. There's a big thing. Then the washroom at the far end.
Okay. Oh yeah, then you have another wing this way.